Let us decompress what my thoughts on this camera were and if I think that it is worth your hard-earned coin. Hey besties, welcome to my DJI Osmo review video. Let us decompress what my thoughts on this camera were and if I think that it is worth your hard-earned coin. Hey besties, let me first give you a rundown on my information, my current skill abilities, and who I am when it comes to my experience with cameras. So, hi. This is Maita's world, in case you didn't know. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. So, one thing you need to know about me is I am somebody who is not, I'd say, very familiar with technology, editing softwares. When it comes to me, I was just looking for a camera that TikTok told me would be good. I don't know if that makes sense. The camera I had before my DJI Osmo, my Digi, was a Sony ZV-1F. And I love that camera because it was very beginner friendly, very user friendly. And I would like to argue it is the same for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. A lot of the feedback that I saw online, one of the reasons I was a little bit scared to purchase it is because I had heard that the coloring was not very friendly for, if you know what I'm saying, right? You get what I mean? And that was one of my apprehensions, and I was a little bit scared to buy a camera if I have to be color grading, all of that. So far, the color for me and how it picks up on me and my skin, it has been all right. It has been good. I mean, you guys saw my get ready with me. You guys saw my Brockville vlog. You'll tell me what the coloring is looking like. But my settings are very much, I just put it like on minus 1.3 exposure and regular color. I've not done anything technical crazy. So far beginner wise, like it's very easy to use. I'm gonna be inputting some clips of what my raw reactions were, like day one. I have just unboxed it, what it was giving, just so you can see what my mindset was and how I felt about the camera immediately. And then I'm also gonna tell you about what my experience has been with the camera now, a month and a half later, and after filming quite a bit of content on it. So yeah, everybody, and welcome officially to Maita's world. Okay, I'm here with my
man.
Period. I am just currently exploring my DJI Osmo Pocket. I do not know how to act right now. Like, I'm so gassed. I'm so happy that it came. I also bought myself a light. She is kind of giving. I am looking scrumdiddlyumptious. I'm actually so excited. This is one of my tests for the camera. Anyways, that's what I have so far. Bye, chums. It's Maita's world. I like to change my accent sometimes, and you guys will be seeing a lot of that. So, something that I've noticed after having used this camera for a full month and a half, and it's something that maybe I should have done more research on, but something that I didn't really anticipate, was how sensitive the gimbal was. So I actually ended up buying myself the newer light. So it's a magnetic light that you attach to the camera, and you just plop it like this, and you kind of attach it to the back of the camera. What actually ended up happening was the gimbal actually became a little bit shaky. Like in my Get Ready With Me video, it was very shaky, and sometimes it was a little bit difficult to kind of film. I really wanted the lighting. So something I'd recommend is maybe just having like a ring light or something, like just additional light behind the camera, nothing that's on it. Or if it's on it, making sure it's not going to be on the actual gimbal. There's another kind of thing that you can attach to like the side of the camera, but to be honest, I did not know how to configure that, and it just was getting too complicated. Feedback wise, that's one thing I'd say right now. It was a quality I did not necessarily like about the camera. Something else about the camera that, of course, the gimbal, it is very sensitive. Like the technology is very impressive, and you know, if you're a beginner, you just whip it out and you just want to film in the wild. Something that ended up happening to me when I tried to film when I was on a date night and a little bit during my Brockville vlog was at times it was very difficult to work the joystick. I'm not necessarily sure how to. I think maybe if I use my phone, that interface, it may have kind of helped that a little bit. But the only problem with using the phone is when you're using the camera and your phone is the live view no longer shows on the camera. It only now shows on the phone, which was a little bit irritating to me because I just wanted to look at how it looked on the camera. It always just looks amazing on the camera. And I didn't want to look at it on my phone, but it was just a little bit confusing, and the joystick just wasn't working the way the joystick should work, in my opinion. Sometimes it's zooming in when I don't want to zoom. I just want to move the gimbal, but I also don't want to put my hands on the gimbal. It was just sometimes just a little bit frustrating. I think, again, it just takes patience and time to learn the camera, but these are my initial thoughts as a beginner. But yeah, I'd say for like the camera so far, like that is what I had noticed. The coloring isn't the best, obviously, like as everyone said, but it's if you have the additional light that it can still be very complimentary. So I'd say like the battery life is pretty standard when it comes to every other camera. Like you're always going to kind of have this problem. One thing I will say that I really do enjoy about the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is that external charger. It truly is a game changer. I make sure to always have it charged at 100%. So if I am getting a little bit low on juice, you can just plug it on, and it's kind of like having the camera last for twice the amount of time as you would expect it to. Something as well that I really do like about the DJI Osmo Pocket is the fact that the charging points actually use the USB-C charging points, which I use for my iPhone, laptop, AirPod case. Like literally everything in my life uses that exact same charger, which means it's also very convenient that I can just plug it in with a charger that I already had. So that's also quite nice. Something that my old camera had was a different type of charging system, which I think made it so much harder for me to remember to charge it, which in turn just made the camera drain and die, which ended up happening in a lot of my first few videos was the fact that the camera would always die in the middle of the day. I will say quality wise, the quality eats. It's good. I've gotten a lot of really pretty B-roll clips. It just looks gorgeous, absolutely cinematic. I played a little bit with the slow-mo, but I don't even think I'm gonna use it. Like I don't know what I'd use the slow-mo for. Like I feel like I'm more so a lifestyle creator, but one of the main reasons I really wanted this camera is for when I'm making vlogs. I just don't feel as shy and nervous because I can just whip this out. It's tiny, and also just something about the camera, like I think I speak about this in other videos. I don't know which video is coming first. To be honest, you'll tell me what you see and where you hit it first. But something I really like about this camera is the fact that I don't have to look directly at the lens. I can look at the screen. Because of the gimbal, it's like just following me. I can just look at myself and feel a little bit better as opposed to just looking at like this the whole time. So I'm not really looking at myself, which makes it a little bit harder to film. This was actually something that my Sony ZV-1F, I couldn't really look at like the monitor where I could see myself. I had to always look at the lens. Otherwise, it just looks weird and it doesn't look like I'm looking at the camera and connecting. So I feel like with my Digi, I can kind of have like a more personal connection to the camera because I can just look at it and I can feel comfortable. That's something I really, really like about the camera. Okay, so let's talk about the financials of this camera. This is a very expensive camera. I cannot believe I just dropped one band on this camera. But, sometimes it's the price you have to pay. I actually ended up getting the Creator Combo, and I'm very happy that I did that. One of the main reasons I wanted the Creator Combo was to get this, a mic, as well as the external battery pack, as well as this case. Those are some of the main reasons that I wanted the camera. The camera also comes with a wide lens. I don't know how much I'm gonna use it. Maybe I'll use it more like as I just start to film more, but I don't really use it that much. So the Creator Combo in total costs $929.99 Canadian dollars. Now I know what you guys are thinking, like, whoa, that's a lot of money. And when tax were included, I ended up paying $1,069.95. Whoa. I know that like this is a lot of money to pay for a camera. This was more so about me kind of having a creative space That's what this camera represents. So this to me is an investment in me and my time. So for me, yes, it was worth it. For most people, no, I don't know if it would be worth it for them. But for me, it was. This camera is representative of a time capsule for myself one day, that I can just look at all of this footage one day and just be like, wow, what a life. Like right now, I just look at all of my old Instagram stories on my Finsta and I'm just like, whoa, what an interesting girl. And now they'll be documented in 4K. Like, come on, I'm living life in 4K. What's wrong with that? Okay, please, guys. But for me, it's worth it. Again, to each their own. Whatever you think is worth it is worth it. Like, I'm not going to tell you whether or not this is worth the money. Like, to me, it's worth the money. My final thoughts on the camera, I really enjoy it. I think this camera is really good for me. I love this mic. This mic makes me feel very cool. I will most definitely do a 6 months check-in to let you know how I still feel about the camera later on, and if I still think it was worth it. Like, as of right now, this is what I feel like. I feel like we are in our honeymoon phase. Like, me and this camera go together real bad. Okay, but yeah, these are my final thoughts on the camera. Please comment down below if you have any questions, anything you'd like to see me do with the camera, if you'd like to know what accessories I'm utilizing and what I think the best practices are for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Let me know. I'm a tech girly today. In Maita's world, we're discussing tech. Don't say she's not evolving. Seriously. Anyways, besties, bye. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, besties. Mwah.